TEDx.
So we've got something in common. We love the ocean. We love the water. Some of our best memories were formed near the water, in the water, with our families, with our friends, with our loved ones. For me, my brain is full of water and ocean memories from my childhood, from last week, from 10 years ago. And they form who I am, alongside some poetry about water. Poets like Mary Oliver, Robinson Jeffers, Pablo Neruda, and E. Cummings. Their poetry about the ocean fills my brain, and I can go back to those places in the ocean and go back to that poetry over and over again. Some of my best memories have to do with that water. There's this one poem by E. Cummings that begins, Maggie and Millie and Molly and May went down to the beach to play one day. And Maggie discovered a shell that sang so sweetly, she couldn't remember her troubles. And when we're with the water, it washes our troubles away. When we're standing at the sea, taking it in quietly, it takes away our stress. It's one of the reasons why we love the ocean so much. It reduces our anxiety. It connects us to ourselves. The poem continues, Millie befriended a stranded star, whose rays 5 languid fingers were. And when we go to the ocean, we make friends. Sometimes our friends are the sea stars. Sometimes our friends are human. We fall more in love with each other. We connect to ourselves at the edge of the sea, at the edge of the water. When we go to the beach, when we go to the ocean with our friends and family, we form these deep blue memories that become who we are, that pull the stress out of us, that connect us to the people we love, in the places we love. But Molly was chased by a horrible thing, which raced sideways while blowing bubbles. It may have been a crab. And sometimes in our daily lives, we're consumed by fear, and that fear creates anxiety. And sometimes that fear becomes irrational. We become afraid of the world we live in for reasons that really make no rational sense. When we're in that anxious state, we do things that harm ourselves, that harm our planet, that harm each other. We can become consumed with irrational anxiety and fear. Now, the ocean is worthy of our respect. There are times to be afraid. There are times to move back. There are times to get out of the water. Most of the time, we should just stand there and enjoy it. When we have that stress, that chronic anxiety, neuroscientists call it toxic stress. It actually kills neurons. It interferes with the things you really want to be doing. It interferes with creativity. It destroys any possibility of creating poetry. I call it red mind. And it's the base state of modern society. It's hard to get away from. You wake up to the sound of your phone, and you might go to sleep to the same sound. And your day is filled with anxiety and stress. Sometimes when we have that kind of stress, we see things that are friendly and we misinterpret them as enemies. You may see a shark when it's really a dolphin. You should play with the dolphin, not be afraid of it. A little shift in outlook, cause and effect. Take off the red filter, put on the blue filter. Some neurosurgeons actually wear blue filtered glasses while they're operating on brains to remove the red signal. Helps to calm them, helps them do their job better when they're seeing blue instead of red. Our brains can be filled with these experiences and these memories that are blue in color. That helps us to connect to ourselves, to be more of who we are, to be more creative, to be more productive, to be more loving. May came home with a smooth, round stone, as small as a world and as large as alone. From 1,000,000 miles away, we are a smooth, blue, round stone, essentially. It's like a little blue marble. We are, as far as we know, quite alone in this universe. We feel so large. But we're not alone. We have each other. And this reminds us that every single thing we do on this little blue marble where we live matters. Every single thing we do. The ocean reminds us that we're small. Standing at the edge of the sea, I feel so small. But I also feel connected to myself, to my planet, and to each of you, because we share that love. Out on a kayak far from shore, I feel small, but I feel good. And our colleagues at Heroes on the Water who take veterans kayaking, they know better than anybody that being small in a kayak on the water can help take out the stress, can help heal our minds. Being in the ocean, under the ocean, in the company of wild, beautiful animals can make us feel small, but not alone at all. For whatever we lose out there at the edge of the water, whatever we lose, like you or me, it is always ourselves. It's always ourselves. It's always ourselves we find in the sea. Maggie and Millie and Molly and May went down to the beach to play one day. And Maggie discovered a shell that sang so sweetly she couldn't remember her troubles. And Millie befriended a stranded star whose 5 rayed fingers were. And Molly was chased by a horrible thing which raced sideways while blowing bubbles. And May came home with a smooth, round stone, as small as a world and as large as alone. For whatever we lose, like a you or me, it's always ourselves we find in the sea. Thanks.